Okay, so back again. It's funny, I was just watching a couple of YouTube pros, Brandon and Jason. And Jason made a little bit of money. He tilted, to use his term, but he came back and came out about $4 grand ahead. And Brandon, meanwhile, I don't know. But of course, I've realised that I've set myself up a bit, really. Having said I'm not going to do any more with Jason's bets. I'm not going to bet alongside him anymore because he's driving me nuts. And you realise somebody out there is going to say, yeah, well, obviously you stopped because you crashed and burned. So I suppose what I'll do is I'll just wait until somebody actually does come up with that. And if I feel like it, I'll backtrack to the ones that are missing, because they stay on YouTube forever. And because it's a lot of work, actually, transcribing his efforts, and I just feel it's better for me to spend my time on these demos. That was nifty timing. Okay, donkey +1. Or 51. Repeat it. Bugger. 1, 2, second. That's enough. Back to the min. Messed up a lot, didn't I? 51, second. Repeat. Double down. Little close there. Alright. That was jammy. More, please. 51, second. 2, 3, third. 5, 3, drop. 5, 3 it is. Pretty one up there, isn't it? That's a bugger. Damn it. So now we're on 5, 6, thanks to the tie. Jesus, these double downs are coming at us. Okay, they're making us money though, aren't they? I mean, we're 1,600 ahead right now, so that's all right. +1 for the win. 51, second. 2, 3, third. 5, 3, drop. 6, 3. 6, 3. That's a bugger. So that's 8, 3, isn't it? Nine, 3. 9, 3, 9, 3, 9, 3 it is. Oh, Gordon Bennett, look at that. 9, 3 it is, and that's just cost us another 9. So that's 18, 20. I think that must be the third. All right. So 4-2 drop. Alright, so we got 2 back there, so now we're on 2-2, which will have to be 2-3. We never ever place turnaround bets that don't show a profit. In other words, the down must be slightly more than the out. No, is that the other way around? No, it's the other way around. I think you know what I mean. Oh, look at that! God damn it! I do hate high pushes, don't you? But I feel better when the dealer busts at 22 against my 19. And remember, there are some casinos now flogging a game where a dealer 22 is a push. I mean, who would do that? And yet I've watched these guys, Greg, what's his features, and Brandon O'Brien. I don't think I've ever known Greg's last name, so I'm not being rude there. When I forget Brandon's, that's different. I don't mean to be rude, Brandon, honestly. I think we're +1 again. That's a repeat. So we got that back, so we go back to... Ooh, ace-7 against a 2. I'll have to look that up. Alright, that's a double. So they tell me. And they were right. Big bucks out there for that one. Double for the tie. Is that a... No, I think that's a plus max. So we repeat that one. And we'll take that. And we're back to the min. Ooh, thought we might have that one. Excuse me. Repeat it. Oh, 3 sevens up there. Yes, I'll never forget my dealer who dealt me 3 sevens, like almost 3 shuffles in a row. It's a little blatant, I thought. That's a repeater, I think. 1-2, second. 3-4, third. 7-4, drop. 9-4. 7-4 it is. We got 2 there. And 11-8. Creeping up now. Three, 4. That was a bit unlikely on both our parts. 3-4 is already good. That'll work. Okay. That was a lucky one. But we like those. Okay, there's the yellow card. Alright, where are we at there? 75, so that's going to be a repeat. Just do it again. Alright, so that's now 2-3 third. Remember, we don't do anything about shuffles. That's pretty good. I think that'll work. Yeah, 2-3 third is good. Alright. So we're at 4,000 something or other at about 10 minutes. So that's not too bad. Mucked that up, didn't I? Yeah, the 4 and the 5, yeah, well, who knows? I think that's 51, but I'm not absolutely sure. 2-3 third. Two, three, third, 2-3 third, 2-3 third, 5-3 drop. Six, 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 5, 3. We got 2 there. 5, 3, 5, 6 now for the tie. Damn it. 11, 12, second. Will that work? Yes, it did. Look at that. Yeah, we're getting some decent luck here. I'm not sure whether it's another pro player thing, but it's getting a bit awkward actually. There's been too many of those just lately. Oh, right, so now we're looking at 2-3 third. 5-3 drop. 5-3 it is, 1, 2, 3. 8-6. It's another jammy one, isn't it? Not that I mind. Don't pay attention to me, wizard. Don't get upset. Yeah, that was a jambo, and look at it. Did us no good at all. Hate to see a good fluke wasted. That's a repeat. Back to the men. Plus uno. Plus 1 for the win. Plus 1 for the win. Plus max. And the max is your choice too. That's entirely up to you. That was jammy. Do it again. Do it again. That's a double down. Alright, now with that, because it's a double down, I am going to... I should just repeat it, I think. That was nice. Okay, so minimum. For the last one. That was nice too. Plus another one. Okay, repeat that one. Back to the men. Yeah, the smart thing to do is if you get, if you've got a winning streak going, and then you lose at some point, like at 75 or 100 or further up, then just repeat the bet, and if you get it, then fall back. Then whatever, just fall back to the minimum. That's my advice. Repeat it. Minimum. +1 for the win. +1 for the win. Yeah, I think this is another player-friendly one, which is annoying. That was jammy too, wasn't it? +1 for the win. Oh, good grief. That's a double for the tie. Now we fall back to plus max, I think. You don't see those paying very often. Oh, nice one. We're going to eat that. Shouldn't have. Double. Sorry, +1 for the win. 51 second. And repeat it. Oh! 1, 2. 3, 4. Third. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was just enough, wasn't it? Double for the loss. One, 2, third. Three, 2, drop. 3, 2 it is. That didn't work so well. 3, 2 it is, so that's 7, 8. So we just lost 4. Bugger! Alright, 7, 8, 15, 8, drop, I think. So that's 12, 8. Shuffles don't interest us or bother us. 12, 8. 12, 13 after the tie. 25, 26, so 2.5, 3, and I'm not sure whether that's second or third. Look at that 9 up there, we could have used that, couldn't we? So I think we better say 5, and I better say 6, 3, drop. 7, 3. That was nice. So we'll call it 6, 3 because it was 1,000. Ah boy. Alright, let me see, let me cogitate on this for a moment. 6, 3. We got the 6 back. We're into a third shoe, so I think I'm going to call it quits right there, 19 minutes. And we are 7,500 ahead, basically. And what I'm hoping is that somebody will watch one of these and say to me, this is a crazy method, mine is much better, I'm going to challenge you and I'm going to show you that I can beat you But then you get people saying things like, well, these sims are not the real thing. I mean, it's just such an absolute nonsense. They're actually closer to the real thing, I think, than the real thing. Because, well, you know, it's the same thing, but at least, you know, you don't have any sort of like problems with other players coming in and out and all the rest of it. And obviously one disadvantage for the likes of Jason and so on with this sim is that it only allows one bet, and that is great because you should only ever play one bet. Card counters, advantage players, maybe there's a good reason for them to sort of say, okay, the cards are shit, the deck is bad, so I'm going to spread out to 3 cheap hands, and then as soon as I can get the deck looking better for me, then I'll drop back to 1 and pump the bets. I watched that with MG21 over a couple of years worth, 2 or 3 years worth of excellent videos, some of which I transcribed, and I thought he was very impressive, very nice to dealers, good relationship with them, played in a high stakes room. I think he must have had a private table, but he was very good, and it was interesting because he went from being a fairly kind of you know, sort of average, ordinary, low roller type. He did some stuff with the Canadian lass whose name I've forgotten, Sarah something or other, married to or partnered to the biggest moaner on YouTube, a guy who just never stops whinging about his luck, and if he just started to play more sensibly, his luck would miraculously improve. But anyway, that's another story. Here we are. Time to check out, and thanks for your time, and this will hopefully provide information, entertainment, edification, delight for somebody somewhere in the universe. Next time. Hello again. Okay, so I'm sure I've said before many times, I say everything many times, that I really prefer it when it's more of a challenge than this, but the main thing that obviously this channel, the whole project, is trying to demonstrate to the masses out there, all several of you, is that progressive betting is the only way to go. Random betting is folly. Random betting against random outcomes, and so I have no control over what is dealt to me by the wizard sim, contrary to what some people suggest. We have to suffer fools. But anyway, the story basically is, here we are with a bet-by-bet breakdown of the latest session, the current session, and it's basically the same old story. The big difference between this and the last one is that in the last session, I didn't even manage to record an advantage win over loss, average win over average loss, because we didn't lose often enough. And you have to have challenge and you have to have pressure in order to push the bets up, and then the winning bets obviously are bigger than the losing bets, because that's the whole point of turnaround. You know, the very idea that you can you know, do as some of these guys on YouTube do and lose 5,000 on your first bet and then drop back to 500 and expect to get anywhere. I mean, it's madness. It really is. And I just again, as I keep saying, it has to be theatrics. It has to be about you know, sort of flash and pizzazz and thrills and jeopardy and all that sort of thing, and nothing whatever to do with the reality of the optimum way to play these games of chance. Anyway, what's the general picture? Look down below below the main chart, and you've got, of course, the graphic for the ups and downs, and the green definitely has it this time. It's not that dramatic in terms of overall player edge. It started out at a gross AV of 1.6% in the player's favour, and that went up through double downs and splits and naturals and so on. That went up to 6.1%, always appreciated. Low bets, 104 of those, that's 85% of the total. They lost money, not very much, 663. High bets, there were just 19 of those, 16% of the total number of bets, and they won 8,150. And this is why I keep talking about treadwater bets, where, you know, when you're at low levels, basically what you're doing is you're just waiting for the wave. I really actually like that analogy, because it puts me in some beautifully warm ocean somewhere, an 80-degree ocean off Hawaii or whatever, waiting for a wave which actually would scare the shit out of me, and I'd assume that I was going to drown. Never been a big fan of big waves. I almost drowned back in my very, very tender years in Sitges in Spain, and I've never really got over that. I do love the water, but that was a nasty experience. I was absolutely convinced that I was going to be swept out to sea and would die under the baking sun and just sink like a stone to the depths of the Mediterranean. But anyway, I survived, and that is a whole other story. Let's go over to the right, and once again the pesky Dumbledown manages to make money. It's infuriating. Just going to turn this into an auto, and then I take away the plus deal, and still wins, but not as much. So we'll put that back. Overall, just fine. This is a strange set of outcomes, because it was for us, then against us, then for us, then you know. But basically, overall, it took us into positive territory. Splits and double downs, 15 winning extra bets, extra money bets, 9 losers. So again, there's an advantage there. Naturals, 10 of those this time, which is high. It's about double what I'd expect. They only paid 1,600 extra, and of course we only count the extra, not the full bet, just the extra 50% that 3 to 2 pays you. So that's 21.5% of the total win. So, you know, not terrible. We don't have anything else over there, so we go home, and that's the story, folks. A happy ending again. And as I said before, I'd rather see more of a challenge, but on the other hand, there's nothing I can do about that. You know, it is a fact that progressive betting my way, you know, with this kind of built-in self-defense factor, is the way to go. But instead of kind of criticizing me and sending, you know, snotty, snarky notes, I just hope that people will start saying, okay, let's give this a go, let's give it a try. And as far as the blog is concerned, which has been up for about 15 years now, I introduced 3Play many years ago, and I've had plenty of people from around the world just basically send me a quick note saying, hey, thanks a lot. You know, this is really working for me. I'm doing well. There was one guy actually who was saying, thank you so much. I'm making lots of money from your strategy. So I said, well, if you feel the urge, you can send a little money to me. And that was it. Never heard from him again. And, you know, I'm not charging anything for this. My big sort of drive is to just get the word out to people who are wasting money going into these casinos and playing these table games without enough money to cope with the volatility that is absolutely inevitable in all these games. And here, you know, in this graphic here, this chart here, you know, you can see volatility. It's not great in this particular set, but there's a nasty patch there which would wipe out a lot of people, and a big nasty patch there. Otherwise, it's basically controllable. But, you know, I just say to people who have their doubts, number one, I'm not charging you anything for this. Number two, it's about the easiest strategy you could possibly imagine. It does not require a huge amount of mental arithmetic. What it does require is confidence and a shitload of money and discipline and sobriety. because if you start bloody necking those so-called free drinks that they waft under your nose in a casino, you will do yourself damage. And that's the entire reason why they give you those drinks. It's not because they're generous, it's not because they're kind, it's not because they want you to have fun, it's because they want you to get stupider. And that's the name of that tune. So, next time.